those who still believe in the erroneous fabricated statements that we should not cancel debts held by poor countries quite simply don't get the bigger picture. Please, let me be the luminary in a land of darkness and shed some light upon you. Okirosi Bani Misera, Moi Forces Academy. First and foremost, as my first proposer has talked about, what do these debts have? What are the effects of these debts on the local Mwananchi? Keep in mind the tax rates in 2021 was 30%. In comparison to the tax rates in 2013, which was 14%. This is a rise of 16% in the tax rates in less than 20 years. So now, how will this affect the local Mwananchi? How will this affect the local Kenyan? How will this affect the Kenyan who's living below the poverty line? Keep in mind, 51% of Kenyans live below the poverty line. This is 22.1 million people out of a population of 44.2 million people. These people may not have any food to put on their table. How will cancelling debts help them? Number one, it will help them in a sense that the tax rates will decrease. It will help them in a sense that the prices of the commodities will decrease, hence leading them to buy more food, hence leading them to provide for them a paramount shelter, hence leading them to actually put clothes on their back, have a place they can actually call home. Let's even take a step out of Kenya and go to the international, and let's go to the international perspective. Take into consideration Venezuela. Its debt is 234.2% of its GDP. 11 million laborers quit their jobs. 11 million laborers out of 28 million people living in the country are unemployed. 87% of their population lives below the poverty line. These people can't even put food on their table. Keep in mind, they had a hyperinflation in 2017, which the Venezuelan bolivar is quite useless. They have to resort to use of the United States dollar. Its mining activities has declined. They have to mass produce their resources. And what leads to mass production, they won't care about implementing the use of scrubbers, integrating carbon goods, because they want these goods, they want the resources they have out into the international market as fast as possible in order for them to actually make an impact, in order for them to actually take away a speck in the debts that they have. Keep in mind, Venezuela, it is a third world country, it is a poor country, it is a country struggling politically, economically, and socially. Cancellation of debt will actually give its population some room to breathe. Cancellation of debt towards Venezuela, cancellation of debt towards Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Eritrea, Guinea-Bissau, Ethiopia, you name it. All of these are poor countries. All of these are countries in which their local people, their local Mwananchis are suffering day in, day out. Let's take it into a humane perspective. Let's look at how they're suffering. Let's look at how they have to work, blood, sweat, and tears, day in, day out. Children not even being able to see their parents because they're busy trudging, they're busy gating, day in, day out, hours and hours every day, in order for them to actually earn a living, in order for them to actually become financially stable. Ladies